participating in a psychology experiment, attended several lectures on a subject, and took an exam. Every month for a year after the exam, the students took a retest to see how much of the material they remembered. The average scores for the group are given by the human memory model. F of t is equal to 75 minus 6 natural log of t plus 1, where t is between 0 and 12. Now, the reason why that's there is because it's saying every month for a year. So your time starts from when they first took the test for 12 months. Okay, so we don't talk about it outside of that domain right there, where t is the time in months. So the first question is, what was the average score on the original exam? So how do we figure that out? Plug in 0, okay, because that was the initial exam. Now, don't put this in your calculator. Let's look at this. Tell me how to figure this out. If we plug in 0 for t, what's the natural log of 0 plus 1? 0, because it's the natural log of 1. That is 0. 6 times 0 is 0. So what was the average score on the original exam? A 75. That's not very good. Let me point out something that people love to do. They want to combine the 75 and the 6. They didn't just put that equation like that for kicks and giggles, okay? They did it because you can't combine the 75 and the 6, because it's 6 times the natural log. Multiplication comes before subtraction in your order of operations. So do not combine that 75 and that 6, ever. It's going to come up later. Please don't do it. Okay, so what was the average score at the end of 6 months? We are going to have to use our calculator for this one because you don't know, I don't know what the natural log of 7 is. So 75 minus 6 times the natural log of 6 plus 1. Plug it into your calculator. The nice thing is your calculator will follow order of operations, so we don't have to worry about it messing anything up as long as we type it in correctly. But it is only as smart as the one using it. So the average score at the end of 6 months was approximately a 63. It's going down pretty good. Okay, after just 6 months, they are now at a failing average, pretty much. And then how about after an entire year? What are we looking at? We're looking at 75 minus 6 times the natural log of 13. Whew, down to a 59.6. So it the decline kind of started to level off here. So apparently there was a sharp decrease within the first 6 months, and then it kind of levels off after the next 6 months. But that's kind of what logarithms can do. If we graph this, let's graph it so we can see the overall behavior. And let me point out something. Anytime they give you a function and they give you a specific domain, set your window to that. They told us that t was between 0 and 12, so I'm going to change my x-min to 0, my x-max to 12. We're talking about test scores, so it makes sense to do 0 to 100 for my y values. Okay, make sense of those domains and ranges there. And here's what the function looks like. Okay, because it's the negative in front of that natural log, it flips it over than what it usually looks like. So you can see it decreases more sharply at the beginning, and then it kind of really starts to level off there towards the end. All right, so kind of interesting that that's what that model follows. Okay, so on your worksheet,